Hi everyone, come with us and dive the Great Barrier Reef from Cairns. Let's go! We've come to the very busy Stardust Theatre. We are actually on an NCL tour today, the Great Barrier Reef Adventure. So we're now going to have to wait in the Stardust Theatre for a while. We have our tour stickers so we know we're in group 3. But because this is our first entry into Australia, we're having to do immigration, which I think could take quite a while. We've been waiting in the theatre for about an hour and we're now headed over to get off the ship. So we've literally just scanned our cruise cards so far. I'm assuming we're going to go in that building and go through actual immigration. First time in Australia, let's go! We're now just inside here, there's a huge queue. We've made it through immigration, it was actually pretty easy breezy, and we're now on our way to get on the boat. So it's about a 90-minute drive on this boat, and then we get to like a pontoon where there's all sorts of things that we can get to do. Just for reference, it's been almost 2 hours since we started queuing up. It's now 9:15, so that was a very long-winded process. We're just about to leave, and we weren't sure what the situation was, but there is a bar where you can buy stuff. There's also a tea and coffee machine over there that you can just use for free, and there's water also over here for free, but everything else you have to pay for. We also get given these forms we had to fill in about snorkeling. We've literally just set off and they've closed the tea and coffee, so if you want a brew when you get on the boat, make sure you get it straight away. The journey over was super informative. We'll do a debrief after we get back from diving and I'll tell you everything that went on. We've made it. That was so choppy, I can't believe it. I'll try and show you as much as I can on the GoPro of what the pontoon's like, and obviously the diving, but it's also so exciting because today is actually my 50th dive. So my 50th dive will be the Great Barrier Reef. We are doing 2 dives in total. So this is a little platform, you walk down those stairs and that's how you get in. And that's it, we are back on the ship. Please don't mind my crazy diving hair. We have literally just got back on board, but I wanted to tell you guys all the information. Before we went on this excursion, when we were back at home, we actually emailed NCL and were like, what's the deal with this excursion? How much is the extra diving? And basically they told us, no, diving's included. It was £217. They just told us, yeah, everything's included. So we were like, we don't believe that because on the thing it said scuba diving is an extra charge. So when we got on board, we asked again, and they basically had absolutely no information about it whatsoever, and we found it really hard to find anything out. We asked like every day, and then finally yesterday they said to us that it's 150 Australian dollars, which is about £75 for 2 dives, but the first dive is 20 to 30 minutes and is about 4 to 5 meters, and then the second dive is 20 to 30 minutes and it goes up to like 12 meters. And for certified divers, I mean, these two are both dive masters. We were like, that is just not good enough. We're not paying £75 on top of the £217 for not very interested in diving. So we were not happy. At this point we were considering cancelling the whole excursion and just figuring out for ourselves. But basically over time we kind of got a little bit more information and we were like, do you know what, we're gonna give it a go, and hopefully when we get on board the boat over to the pontoon we'll figure out what we want to know. So that's basically exactly what happened. When we got on board the boat to the pontoon, they were like, if anybody wants to dive, come and speak to us. They had 3 options. They had helmet diving, which I don't think you have to really do anything, you just put a helmet on and walk around the sea. And then there was Discover Scuba, which is if you've never done scuba diving before, or if you're not qualified you can do that one. Or there was certified diving. So for us, we did the certified diving. You could do up to 2 dives, 45 minutes each, 12 to 15 meters, 15 to 18 meters around there for each dive. Exactly what we wanted. The first dive was 143 Australian dollars each, and the second dive was like 102 Australian dollars each. So I think all in all it came to about £125 for 2 dives, which means overall we paid just under £350, which is a lot of money, but it did include everything from getting off the ship, getting over there. It included lunch, included soft drinks, but not all day. So I realized at one point that the cans were actually free and I got one, but then on the way back I asked for another one and they were like, oh no, that finished. So if you do want free soft drinks, make sure you do it. Like, I think it's basically when you're there, you can't do it on the journey. I don't know why. Maybe it was between 11:30 and 1, which was when the buffet was on. So that was all included. Tea and coffee was all included, and you could get water. But if you wanted any extra snacks or alcoholic beverages, or if you wanted the soft drinks in the journey time, then you had to pay for it. They also, on the way there, you got a donut, and on the way back they had like crackers and sausage and cheese. I feel like on the thing they say it's like a morning tea and an afternoon tea, which to me, I think they maybe oversold it a bit, but it was better than nothing, so you can't complain too much. And we were really happy with the food that we got while we were there. It was also really good because all the food was labelled really well. I mean, the snacks on the way there and the way back weren't, but on the actual buffet, everything had basically all the ingredients it had in it, so it was really easy to find if you have any dietary requirements or anything, what you could eat. So that was really helpful as well. In terms of the diving, we thought it was really good. We didn't see anything totally spectacular, but it was really pretty. The reefs and the fish, it was really nice diving. But also the guides were really good. So often when I go diving, I don't really know what I'm looking at because I'm not like a fish expert by any means. So I just know, okay, there's a bunch of fish. But our guide actually had like a slate with some kind of pen, like an underwater situation where you could write on it. So he actually was telling us what we were looking at, which was really, really good. And they were really like nice. They were super helpful. Like everything about it, it was just exactly what we wanted it to be. It was so good. So we are really, really pleased that we went in the end. It's just a shame how difficult it was to get to that point and to know that we were going to get that product when we got there. So we actually managed to get these brochures, which would have been so helpful if we'd had it before we'd got the excursion. So as you can see, this is the pontoon that we went to, just to give you an idea. And there's like step entry into the ocean. It's fairly big, but there's not really loads there, to be fair. And then inside, this is basically all the information. So I'll just go here. Hopefully you can pause and read it. Hopefully it's big enough. I'll go here just so you can have a read of those as well. But it just gives you a really good idea of what you're actually going to get, because it felt like we had no information. Here's a bit more information as well. We also couldn't find out the name of the company, which we obviously now know, so I can tell you. Reef Magic. The only thing is I don't know if they'll always use them, so I can't really guarantee that. Another thing in terms of the diving was on our second dive, we were put in a group of 7 divers with 2 instructors, and we were the most experienced divers. Some of them were like pretty much freshly open water qualified, so they'd only done like 5 or even less dives each. And after, it was literally 20 minutes or so, some of the divers had already run out of air, and I was like, to rage underwater, she knew I was like not happy to go up after 20 minutes because we all had loads of air left. And then when we got to the top, the guy was like, do you guys want to go back down because you've still got enough air? And we were like, yes please. So we actually got to carry on, and our dive was I think 38 minutes, which is still a little bit short, but it's more of a reasonable amount of time. And the other thing is, before we got in, like as we got into the water but before we descended, the first dive, we did a weight check on the pontoon. There's like kind of a floor which is maybe like 1.5 meters underwater, so you can like stand up but then you could go and lie down to check your weight. Me and Debs both didn't have enough weight and they gave us more, so it meant that once we were in, we were so much more confident that we had the right amount of weight. And they said they took extras too, so that if you end up thinking you're okay but then you're not, they can give you even more. It just felt like it was really well thought out, and it's just such a shame that Norwegian didn't get the message across to us about what we were going to experience when we got there, because actually it's exactly what we thought it was going to be right at the start, but then it just kind of went all crazy along the way. So anyway, we're now back on the ship. We had an amazing time. I would recommend it. It is expensive, but I think if you want to dive the Great Barrier Reef and not have to worry about missing the boat or any of that, you don't really have to worry about anything. All of our equipment was included for that price, so I think it was definitely worthwhile. We're going to head to the top deck for a little bit of sunbathing, and then we're going to head to tea. But before we go, I just thought I'd show you guys this. So we bought one of these each. They were 49 Australian dollars, which is about 25 pounds. So it comes in this cute little carry case that says the name of the company and then the Great Barrier Reef Cairns, Australia. And then this is a towel, but apparently it's one of those kind of towels where the sand doesn't get on it, can kind of like just fall off, and it says the Great Barrier Reef Cairns, Australia, and then in the other corner it says Reef Magic, which is the brand. This is what happens when you don't have a balcony cabin and you need to dry all your stuff somewhere. We're just sat on the top deck. But it's alright, it's good vibes and it's still really warm, so that's good.
We shall arrive at Townsville on August 16, 2025 at 0700 local time, which is tomorrow morning 0700. To Townsville we have to pass the distance of 174 nautical miles or 211 miles, and you're gonna reach it to the speed of 16 miles per hour.
And we are now all ready for dinner. I didn't bring any makeup on this cruise, so even though we have gotten dressed up, I'll show you what I'm wearing when we get out. I still look very rugged because I didn't bring anything with me. We're now gonna head to, I don't know which restaurant, they both have the same menu so it doesn't really matter, for dinner. And this is actually the latest we've had dinner on this whole cruise. It's almost 7 o'clock, so normally we're having it like 5 or 6, so it's pretty late. But anyway, let's go. It's starter time. We're all absolutely starving. I got bruschetta again, no surprise, but it's in a different bread today, so that's interesting. Debbie went for the fried mozzarella. It's basically McDonald's mozzarella dippers, isn't it? And Rach got the mushroom soup. So this is my dinner. I got the lemon pepper chicken with couscous with no chicken, and these guys both got the actual dish, the lemon pepper chicken with the chicken. Desserts here, so I've got the, in fact we all got the same, it's the pear and blueberry jubilee. Mine's got lemon sorbet on though, and these guys is just like vanilla ice cream. We are now back from tea, and as promised this is the outfit. I bought this dress from Matalan and I actually really like it. And that is where I'm going to leave this video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. We had such a good day diving in Cairns. Well, diving at the Great Barrier Reef. It was amazing. Tomorrow we are headed to Townsville. If you did enjoy this vlog, make sure to leave a massive thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of that future content. And other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye!